Welcome to a new day and a new pure case. And in this car, it's actually not mine. It's my buddy Christian, who has been my friend for the last 40 years, I think. We have grown up and we raced race cars together. And he's been away for a while and was a member of the old Angora racing. It was me and Christian and a guy called Jesper. Jesper has gone to, I would almost say, tractors. Yeah, Toyotas, 4-wheel drive, a thing of its own. That's fine by me. He makes some cool stuff as well. But my buddy Christian and I had been, we talked, often, and in the last couple of years, and especially the last year, he was on lookout for a new car. He looked at gypsy campers and all kind of stuff. He's kind of in the same booth as me, with a small family who wants to go camping but don't want a big car and a car you can use for a lot of stuff. So me and Christian is also riding MTB, mountain biking if you will, and he kind of needed a car for this. So this video is the other way around, because we actually already have collected the car and it's right in front of me. But first, I think you have to see when we picked it up, kind of be a spoiler to see the car itself, because you don't know what it is. But here is from where we picked up at the harbor in Esbjerg. Yes, a 1970 early bay Westfaila camper, just like mine. A little more pretty painted mine, but basically the same car, same year, same everything. Beautiful interior and stuff, but it needs some attention. If you see, I'm gonna turn the camera around. You can see the first thing, if you've seen my videos, is the crazy camber. Not camber itself, but camber on the wheels. They are pointed inwards in the top. And if you haven't seen my videos about lowering Baywindow front and back. There's a video in my playlist on my YouTube channel where you can see me compensate for this camper. But if you don't want to see it, then stay tuned, because this video is also gonna be about the what do you call it? The suspension update on this car. This car is running with flipped spindles, and you hear me say that before. I don't like flipped spindles. Potentially, I don't know. I haven't heard or seen it, but potentially they can pop out if you don't, do it right. So we're gonna do, kind of undo it and fitting a 3 or 4 inch narrowed beam, and we're gonna fit drop spindles, and we're gonna move the disc brakes that's on the car from CSP over to these drop spindles on this car. Much safer, much smarter. Even when I saw the car for the first time off camera, I could see the flip spindles were so low on this car they had to put spring retainers on it, or springs on it, to keep the front up, because the flip spindles make it real low in the front. So off of that, narrow beam on, drop spindles, and all kind of goodies. In the back we're doing like my videos, move the ERIS arm from the other way to from right to left to compensate for the camber basically. And then we are gonna put spring plates on it, adjustable, and horseshoes. He had bought a set of, new to me. I haven't even seen it yet. They're in the car from where he bought it. New 5.5 and 6 inch Porsche Fuchs wheels in 17 inch. I'm pretty excited to see them, how they look. They are brand new. I haven't seen them yet, and it wasn't even on the website when he bought them. So brand new, excited. Also in the back, short axles from late bay to compensate for the stupid hubcap to keep them under the Fuchs wheels. So it's gonna be good, and I know Christian, he's good at fiddling with stuff, so I'm sure it's gonna be a really cool car when he has his hands on it. But right now we have about 2 hours drive home, so let's see how that goes, if we get it there in one piece, because right now I can see it smoking a bit. So let's see. Anyway, stay tuned. As said before, all the stuff that we have to mount on this bus. So narrow beam, new shock, disc brake in front. This is late bay. I had an earlier version of a video on YouTube on my playlist where you can see me converting with that and all the stuff you need to do this yourself. These are from a late bay, so 5x112 adapters to Porsche. The rear is early bay drums with 5 and 130, aka Porsche. We call them stub axles from a late bay. Drums shortened down so they can clear the cap. So if you see the drum here, there's a space on top of it, and you see the original. There's much more going through, so you can have the axles on. Adjustable spring plates. It's a must-have. The bus already have horseshoes on, so that's a big plus. So we're just gonna move them over and drop spindles, late bay. All this stuff is just bolt on, pretty much. That's easy peasy. New shocks in the back. New axle boots. These are for bus, and this is for Type 1. We're gonna fit a Type 1 transmission in this one, and it's cheaper to buy a complete Type 1 axle and just take the hubs for one side, and one for each one side, and put them on the axle, and they fit a bay axle, so that's very convenient. So plug and play. And what if you have more? Some other stuff we're gonna need to have changed. That's no biggie. That's almost the easy part. And we're gonna take the engine out and put a transmission in from a Type 1. And we're gonna take off this oil sump. I don't think it's gonna have problems with overheating, and if it will, then it's already had full flow on it. Then we're gonna just make two new lines and put a all cooler in further forward, and then that problem should be solved. So, time to get to work. The owner Christian will be here shortly, and then we are gonna kick it off. A camera in each end, and if there's something we have to talk about, then I'll stop, or we stop, and talk a bit of what are we gonna do. So, let's get to work. First thing you have to do, before you pull it up, if you are so convenient like me, I had to have a lift, we can put it on. Take off the shifter and take off your handbrake cable, and then you are good to go. That's pretty much what you have to do from inside before taking it off. Reason I say that, it's the cables go through the beam. Same with the shifter linkage, goes through the beam. So gotta take that off, and ball off time. Let's go. beam and brakes are on and looking very sharp. It's gonna be great. Can't wait to see it on the ground. And you saw us putting another early bay steering box on it. We actually had a plan and bought a late bay for it, but we found this and it seems to be okay. If it's not, when test driving, we're gonna change it to a late bay, and then I'll maybe do another video of how you can convert this in a better way, convert it to a late bay, so we can see what's going on. So great stuff. Let's continue. Here in the back, I'll usually do this little notch you saw me on the video do. It's not much, and you can go much wider and bigger with it, but then you need to do some reinforcement, and there are companies that are making pieces you can weld in and then have a even more notch in your frame. But this does a good job. The big problem is when you're lowering and the suspension works, the axle boot will hit this edge of the frame and potential break the rubber or even smack the axle up in the reinforcement here. So I normally do this little notch here, and it works really good. So yeah, time to get the rear end sorted, and then we can talk some more.